Well, welcome to today's Rant. And I have my dogs here to occupy, but I have been asked so many times what I thought of President Trump's speech, State of the Union address, that I thought maybe I'd try to answer you all at once on this Facebook, but I was listening to it in the car on my way home from my son's birthday dinner, but I thought it was outstanding. I mean, I really could not imagine him doing much better. I thought he hit virtually all of the really important issues that need to be hit. He did it with clarity, did it with concise, powerful statements. On the radio, it sounded like they were just cheering outrageously the whole time, virtually, but obviously he got a lot of response. But I especially appreciate the way what he said about abortion, the incredibly strong, clear stand he took there. I appreciate what he said about socialism. It is un-American. It unquestionably is. It is absolutely contrary to the basic principles of what we are as a nation, especially the liberty of this land that we're supposed to have in this land. It is, you cannot have socialism without increasingly tight control over the people. Not possible. And it's never worked. It has never, ever worked. And, the not wanting to get off on that right now, but it is a conversation we need to have long and deep, because it is coming out more and more. And you have heard me say, and I've been saying for many years, an eagle needs a right wing and a left wing to fly. And I really believe that. But the bulk of the weight or the mass of the wing is on that part of the wing that is the closest to the bird. If you start getting further and further out on the extreme of that wing, your weight starts shifting outward. That bird is coming down. It cannot fly with the weight out there on the extremes. And that's what's happening on the left. There have been at times when it's happened on the right, never to this degree. If anything, our right has been shifting slightly left more and more over the years. John Kennedy would have been right of most of our conservative politicians today in his basic beliefs. And so things have been shifting generally a little bit to the left, more and more, but now we have the extreme left manifesting, and the whole Democrat Party is lurching to the left over and over. Well, I don't think that's going to win, but I think it's going to cause conflict, major conflict. And as I was shown in 1987, and what I wrote about in my book, The Harvest, there would be an extreme turn to the left in our country. And in what I saw, it got more and more extreme. I think we're there. But then there would be a major turn back to the right, and we would never turn back to the left after that. It's like we would learn we're not going that way. Well, I didn't think it could get any more extreme after Obama, but it is. It is actually getting more extreme, and that's, I think, setting us up for a great conflict. But I tell you, personally, I am so amazed at President Trump. I mean, certainly there's some things he's done or doing that I wouldn't done it that way or said it that way, but nobody, that's that way with everybody. But for him to have accomplished what he has accomplished in 2 years, I've never seen anything like it not in my lifetime. And then you think of all the opposition, all the harassment he has had And this guy's not caving one bit. If anything, he's growing in his resolve and in his strength and determination. And I tell you, I don't think we've seen leadership on this level in a long, long time. A long, long time. And it's desperately needed. And he does say some things that are a little cringeworthy, and you know, as I shared with you on Facebook when I felt like the Lord showed me he's going to be our president, and that he would kind of be like the Apostle Peter, where Lord, one minute he's saying to him, "Blessed are you, Peter, flesh and blood didn't reveal this to you, but my Father in heaven." And the next minute it would be, "Get behind me, Satan." And that he's not a perfect man, but that type of person, like Peter, are the ones who, in history, have accomplished the greatest things. I think that's why the Lord gave him the keys to the kingdom, and he didn't take them back from him. Even when he had to call him Satan, he didn't take the keys to the kingdom back from him. Because Peter is the type of guy who's going to use them. He's going to create breakthroughs. And Peter did open the door of the gospel to the Jews and to the Gentiles, and was responsible for so much of the advancing, what happened with the advancing church in the first century. Truly remarkable. And I am just amazed at Donald Trump. This is really something to marvel at. And, you know, I think we've got to deal with the deep state. I don't think that's been dealt with. One of my biggest disappointments was when, you know, our Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, at the time said they were not going to prosecute Lois Lerner, the IRS. This is one of the worst crimes to me against the people of America in our history, was to weaponize the IRS the way she did it, and the way it was used politically in our country. It should be one of the scariest things of all. And for our AG, as soon as he gets in office, almost said, "We're not going there, we're not going." I said, "Where's justice?" And sure enough, I think there's been shockingly little justice coming from our Department of Justice. There's been a whole lot of injustice coming from it, and continually coming from it. And to date, still haven't seen much done to bring justice in America, where we really understand justice here is for all. You don't get exempted because you're a member of a political party or anything. Justice should be blind to politics. And it's not only become political, almost every level, virtually every court, every judicial position now is more of a political position, never meant to be. Justice has got to be blind to that in order to have true justice. So can we recover our system of justice? Well, I think one thing, the Department of Justice has to set a standard that we will have justice for all. Everybody gets treated the same. And that was the reason we declared for our independence in the first place. We believe all men were created equal, and there would be liberty and justice for all. And I think we're going to have increasing conflict in our country until we really become that place. I'm just saying, thank you for joining me for today's rant.